What's good, folks? It's Nightmare Frame here with a new Warframe video, coming at you with a PSA video, which I never thought I would have to make again. So, I released a short a while back talking about Archon Continuity and how it was a useless mod, and that still stands. Albeit, it was a decent short, but a YouTube short nonetheless, and didn't provide more in-depth explanation. And this is where genius level individuals started appearing in the comments, recommending the most, how do I put this without being too mean, not smart ideas. So yeah, I can't believe I have to make this video, but it needs to exist. I'll present each talking point and timestamps so you can move between chapters on topics you want to go over. First, let's read this mod together. 55% ability duration, okay. And then its unique passive. Abilities that inflict a Toxin status effect will also apply a Corrosive status effect. This is a 1-to-1 proc. Toxin can continue to add additional Toxin stacks, however Corrosive caps out at 10 stacks. But let's dissect this even further. Starting off with the Toxin element. This elemental damage type allows you to bypass shields and damage enemies' health, meaning very potent against corpus units, and the most lethal thing in level cap disruption. Yeah, that thing can one-shot you, bro. And its status effect deals damage over time, which have a 1-second delay before they even start dealing damage. Corrosive damage. The element is great for raw burst damage builds against ferrite and fossilized health. The status effect, the proc, degrades armor by 26%. Each subsequent proc adds 6% to that armor strip, stacking up to 10 times to give you 80% armor strip. Each tick has its own duration. The enemy should be dead before you see 10 stacks when it comes to corrosive DPS. So if you're able to proc 10 stacks and the enemy is still alive, you're not doing enough damage. Believe it or not, this information is available in the modding screen by just hovering over the damage types. Not as in depth, but even that surface level of info should tell you something. Now over to the pros and cons of this mod. Sorry, let me rephrase that. Let me go over the pro and cons of this mod. Starting off with its only pro. If you don't have primed continuity, as in it's too expensive to buy one for yourself, or you're just unlucky with Barrow, you can use this as a substitute. However, this mod is 16 capacity, 2 more than the prime, which does eat up more space. Let's say you're running a stacked build with Umbral and corrupted mods. You're going to spend additional forma to fit everything in the build. And now onto the cons. You have to proc a Toxin status effect with an ability that does Toxin damage to apply a Corrosive proc, which is a waste since the Corrosive status effect isn't potent as an armor strip, and the Corrosive damage type is better as the main damaging tool. And now we go to people's arguments about why this mod is useful, which are still cons by the way. 1. Modding it on frames that have exalted weapons to apply the status effect, because exalted weapons count as abilities and weapons. And one of the most popular suggestions was Mesa. Mesa is a Warframe that does burst damage with her regulators. They shoot fairly fast, and even faster with arcanes and additional mods. More suited for crit builds, as they only have 10% status chance. Not the best for damage over time builds. So if you're going to proc Toxin and you're able to see the Corrosive status effect with Mesa's regulators, you're not doing enough damage, effectively cucking yourself. If you activate her 4, things should be dead. She should be able to burst down any target in base steel path and lower. And if you're modding Toxin on Mesa, it should only be against corpus units. Same goes for any Warframe with an exalted weapon. Using this mod with Toxin to proc Corrosive is an act of cucking yourself. Others say Lavos is a great contender for this mod. This guy clearly doesn't play Lavos. It'll make him do more damage with his 4th ability. Let's go over this. Catalyze. It scales with each unique status effect multiplicatively for bigger damage numbers to nuke anything within its vicinity. With a simple heat catalyzed build, you will one-shot, but his damage can be taken even further for continuous damage and damage over time nuking, and that's with gas and the sickening pulse helmet. Both catalyzed builds will one-shot and do insane amounts of damage without the Archon Continuity mod. And guess what? You don't even notice that one additional corrosive proc. And oh yeah, one more thing. Secondary cucumber exists. Using this arcane on a utility primer will proc multiple unique status effects on targets. And one more thing. You can infuse elements onto his abilities to form combined elements. And that's how you nuke with gas catalyze. Others say Citrine could make amazing use with this mod, paired with Condition Overload, or Gun CO, since her crystal does the 4 core elements, which will activate the mod. That's absolutely true, and yes, you can, but then again, you will still one-shot enemies regardless, and Secondary Cucumber exists. But yes, Citrine can make use of this mod if you're going that route, even though you won't notice anything. And now we're going to that one person that shouldn't be allowed around anyone, even around flat earthers. They ended up recommending Voruna with this mod. How can I put this politely as possible? Buddy, you should be slapped really hard. For those wondering, why would I say such a thing? Well, because Voruna can proc every single elemental and physical status effect that can be modded or present on any Warframe weapon. Not only that, they are all at 10 stacks instantly. Not only that, if you kill the enemy affected, it spreads those status effects. Now you know why he needs to be slapped? Yeah, okay, good, moving on. And then there's some who said Baruch with his 4th ability augment, you should be slapped as well. Mirage with explosive ledge remain, just AoE armor strip. Chroma with his, are you serious? You're going to use Chroma's 1st ability. Never mind. And the frame that's on the picture of this mod, Saren. It doesn't work with her Toxic Clash, and procs with her Molts. And oh yeah, her 1st ability just exists, which does way more. So all of this comes down to, why does this perk exist? I don't know, ask DE. The only useful Archon mods are Archon Stretch and Vitality, and Archon Vitality doesn't even have to be ranked up. But yeah, if you want to do more damage and learn how to scale your damage, please go check out my damage guides. And I have no idea why I needed to make such a video. But hey, I can't stop you if you want to use this mod, thinking it's the best thing ever, because you've already made up your mind, and you don't care what anyone else says. Pretty based. But for those looking to use this mod, please go over the talking points I presented before considering it. So yeah, put your thoughts down below. I want to see what you're saying, whether it be more funny comments or intellectual ones. Alright folks, that has been it for me. I do hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please feel free to leave a like, share, and subscribe for more Warframe contents, streams, and so much more. Do refer to the description. Thanks for watching, and as always, peace. Bye-bye now.